We are now joined by six-time All-Star Olympic gold medalist and my fellow Oaklander, Damian Lillard. Dame, thanks so much for stopping by.
I appreciate you having me.
We got to represent Oakland on this show. That's how it works.
It's a must. It's a must.
Let's go big picture for a second, Dame. In an interview with The Athletic this week, you said about Portland, quote, "Everybody is saying what they think I'm thinking, but I'm not leaving Portland." Why was it important for you to make that clear?
Just because a lot of times, specifically since the end of last season, it's been a lot of people saying they heard this and Dame said this. And I just wanted it to be clear, it's not one of those situations where I'm just waiting for some adversity to hit or I'm waiting for us to struggle and I'm just gonna be like, all right, that's it, I'm leaving. It's not that type of situation. That's just not who I am. And I've also developed a really good relationship with Chauncey, building on the relationship we had before he became my coach.
But what it sounds like you're saying, Dame, is that you're good here and you feel as good as you felt in a long time in Portland.
It's not like I've all of a sudden come to this point where I'm set because we made some changes. I've always been that way. But coming behind our performance in the playoffs, it was just important to me that we make it clear that our steps are truly towards becoming a championship team. And that doesn't mean it's going to happen right away. That doesn't mean everything is going to go perfect. And I've specifically had a lot of conversations with Chauncey about, what I want to see happen in the Trailblazers uniform and what he thinks, can happen and how he sees it happening. And I feel confident and comfortable with that. And I'm willing to live with whatever the result of that is. The last thing I'm thinking about is waiting for it to get tough and then bailing out on him when, it's part of who I am to see it through that he has some success as a head coach and be a part of that success, especially for an African-American head coach. I think I got a lot of pride about, being a part of his success and making sure that it goes well for him, and that's not something he asked of me or anybody else did. I just want to see that happen for him.
You also said in that interview with our friend Jason Quick that your relationship with Chauncey Billups, like you mentioned, that was part of the reason why you were so intent on this. Can you just tell me a little bit more about your relationship, what makes it so special there?
We play the same position. He was a champion as a point guard. He was a Finals MVP. And the more I've gotten to know him as a person, I realized how similar we are. I haven't met a lot of people around this league that see most things the way I see it, and the way I observe a lot of things, he observes them the same way. So to have that type of chemistry with your head coach, on top of them being a guy that played at the level I play at and also played my position, it just made me even more curious to see, does he have the answer to what we've been missing? And I want to be a part of that success, and hopefully we can get it done together. And that doesn't mean it's going to happen right away. That doesn't mean everything is going to go perfect. And I've specifically had a lot of conversations with Chauncey about, what I want to see happen in the Trailblazers uniform and what he thinks, can happen and how he sees it happening. And I feel confident and comfortable with that, and I'm willing to live with whatever the result of that is.
Well, you said it. The players make it happen too, right? So let's go back on the court then, Dame. That's the fun stuff. Let's talk about that. You've hit so many incredible game winners in your career. Do you have a favorite one?
I think the first one to come to mind is the one against OKC.
Yeah.
That was probably our best run as a team, and that kind of kicked off our best run, getting to the Western Conference Finals that year. It was a competitive, chippy series, so to, cap that game off, cap that series off with a deep game winner, gave me 50 points, I would say that one. But I would also say my first one, too, against New Orleans, my rookie year. And it was against, Anthony Davis. We was both going back and forth for Rookie of the Year. And then, to hit that one was special, too. But if I had to say one, I would say the OKC one.
So, Dame, we're celebrating NBA 75. And this season, you're generally regarded as one of the best, if not the best, clutch shooter in NBA history. What do you think of that assessment?
That's an honor, you know what I'm saying? I think, my reputation for end-of-game situations and hitting big shots and game winners, I wear it as a badge of honor. I take pride in that. When those moments come, I'm I'm ready and prepared to step in and try to make something happen and live up to that. You know, I take a lot of pride in being a closer and being somebody that the team can count on to come up big.
What is it like for you to have young people, to have kids, to come up to you and say, you're who I want to model my game after? I mean, you were that kid for some player at some point, I'm sure. What's that like for you now?
Most kids don't really know the background. They don't really know the details of what make you out as a player. They just know this is who we've seen. You know, this is who's popular. We love the stardom. We love the appearance of them, just who they appear to be. And I've never been that guy. So to all of a sudden have so many young players coming, like, you know, saying that they look up to me and they model their game after me. You know, it's a great feeling because you see that people recognize your work. You know, they recognize what goes into you being you, and they admire that.
Does it make you feel old?
It definitely makes me feel old when it's like players coming into the league that's 19 and they like, yeah, when I was in middle school, you know, Dame was my favorite player and stuff like that. I'm like, dang.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN Plus right now.